Hola, ¿cómo están? El día de hoy vamos a hablar sobre dos temas muy interesantes. Vamos a hablar sobre el dinero, sobre los beneficios que tiene la mujer en cuanto al dinero cuando se casan en el matrimonio y en cuanto a las mujeres que buscan a los hombres por interés. Encontré dos videos muy interesantes, los cuales explican detalladamente qué pasa en nuestra sociedad. El primer video trata sobre una mujer en Estados Unidos que publicó un libro que se llama Los hombres en huelga. Esto es muy interesante porque está en un programa de entrevistas y explica detalladamente que los hombres no salen beneficiados en el matrimonio. De hecho, los efectos legales hacen que el hombre pierda dinero, pierda tiempo y que la mujer se apoye mucho en el Estado. Simplemente que se necesita más equilibrio en la parte legal. Los voy a dejar con el video. Cualquier sugerencia o anécdota que quieran contar, déjenle en la caja de comentarios. Los dejo con el video.
Apparently going on strike, boycotting marriage, among many other things.
According to a recent study, the importance of marriage has gone up for the women, up to 37%, and down for men to 29%. Here to explain the trend is forensic psychologist and author of the controversial book Men on Strike. Dr. Helen Smith is here this morning. Doctor, nice to see you this morning.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me on.
We were having a bit of a discussion about this last weekend
I saw
on
that.
the show. And the argument is what? That men simply are giving up hope on marriage because they're feeling beaten down?
No, I don't think they're giving up on hope on marriage. I think what they're doing is they're looking at it, the cost reward. Men look at things in terms of cost analysis. And the penalties for marriage are so high and the rewards now are so low. First of all, there's legal costs of marriage. There are so many men now who are just saying, you know what, it's just not worth it to me. I'm going to be stuck paying the alimony. I'm going to be stuck paying for child support. And it's not just legal reasons. It's also psychological ones where men feel that basically they don't really have rights in marriage. Women hold all the cards now in reproduction and all kinds of things, and men don't.
Well, that's all true. I mean, I agree with that completely. But it still doesn't absolve men of the responsibility to stop complaining about how the cards are against them and man up and become men, because you don't become a man until you assume responsibility.
Tucker is so off the ball on this one. You're telling me that to become a man, I need to sacrifice the potential well-being of my life and get married? I don't think so.
What man would take such a raw deal? I don't consider that a man.
Well, it's not a raw deal. You derive deep satisfaction as a man by taking responsibility for other people. That's the only place you get deep satisfaction.
So men are supposed to take a really bad deal and sign their rights away, and you call that a good deal. Look, you would understand economic rewards.
I did.
You did. Well, that's good, and maybe you have a really good wife, but a lot of men don't feel that way.
But see, Doctor, here's where I get confused. And forgive me, I just went to a wedding last night, so I'm feeling all loved up.
Euphoric?
Very, very, because it was beautiful. At any time that you do see a wedding, that the hope is renewed, and it does remind you of what's great about marriage. And so you act as though marriage is such a raw deal for men, but you do get companionship, and you get love, and you get a family, and I see men enjoying all of that and embracing all of that.
That's a different topic. Those are also things that you can get with a relationship. We're talking about the legal aspect of marriage. I'm talking about the political and the legal ramifications of marriage, where men aren't getting such a good deal there. And there are thousands of men across the country that I've spoken to and that will tell you differently. And the statistics are bearing that out. A lot of men, you think men need to man up, but to man up, you have to be getting something out of that relationship. What you're saying is that men are getting something just by having a woman. They're just so lucky.
Here's the thing. They're allowed. The one thing I agree with you on is men are getting away with having children without marrying the woman.
They're not getting away with it. What's happening is a lot of women, number one, don't want them. The lower level women, what's happening is 40% of the women who are breadwinners, a lot of those lower level women are making $17,000 to $23,000. Those women use the government to pay for themselves. They don't want a man. So rather than some of men are just opting.
Why hasn't a man written this book? Why hasn't a man written this book?
Because men can't speak up. I'm here to speak up because people will actually listen to a woman. It's really unfortunate. I want the next man, and I'm hoping by this book that next man is out there.
What's frustrating? Hold on, I want to say something as a man, because this always has frustrated me when I see commercials when men sort of speak up, they're acting like men, right? And all these commercials are out there where the man's like the lazy guy on the couch.
He's a tool.
But look what the culture is doing to the men. The culture is telling men, you are no good. You are no good in marriage. You are no good. Even you all are here saying man up to men, and that's a really negative message to be sending to men.
But what do you think the solution is?
The solution is for us to have fair laws and things for men, and to also, these commercials, we need to look at the culture and say, you know what, quit treating men like trash. Seriously, we treat men very poorly in this society, from all the way from men who don't want to go to college anymore because there are many things in college that go on. It is a female-dominated place where men are not treated in a way that is fair. It's easy to sit here and say, as high-level men and women, that things are going well for you, but I've seen many men who are average, lower, and even higher-level men who aren't having such a good time.
Yeah.
And if you read my book, you might understand a little bit more about.
The book is called Men on Strike. It is compelling, and I think you make a compelling argument.
An awful lot of people are reading your book, by the way.
We'd love to hear what you all have to say. You can find us all on Twitter. Dr. Helen Smith, thanks.
¿Qué tal, amigos? ¿Qué opinan del video? Muy interesante ver los puntos de vista de esta persona y ver cómo chocan con personas que son tradicionales, que todavía están sometidos al sistema. Más sin embargo, no todas las cartas están sobre la mesa. Todos los medios de comunicación siempre van a querer que el hombre esté casado, que la institución del matrimonio, que la familia, que un solo hombre tenga muchos hijos, que tenga 1, 2, 3, 4 matrimonios por mucho, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Y eso realmente se ve reflejado en divorcios, en manutención, en pérdida de dinero, pérdida de tiempo, realmente en infelicidad, realmente en esclavitud, porque pues te están quitando la libertad de elegir, de seguir adelante, porque desafortunadamente la sociedad hoy en día solamente piensa en el dinero, piensa también en tendencias basura, piensa que el ser humano no sirve para nada. Esas son las razones con las cuales yo cuento y odio esta sociedad como tal. El siguiente video trata sobre una mujer la cual le hacen una investigación y ella simplemente busca hombres para que le inviten cenas costosas, a sitios costosos, y lo hace por medio de internet, por medio de varias plataformas online. Este video como tal no es un video nuevo, sin embargo narra muy bien el carácter y la frialdad de una mujer, ya que está obrando de mala forma, tiene todo fríamente calculado, y esos patrones se repiten y se repiten y se repiten simplemente para que ella viva bien, no gaste mucho dinero de su bolsillo y obviamente es, como decirlo, un plan maquiavélico que simplemente está perjudicando a los hombres. Los medios de comunicación nunca muestran ese tipo de actitudes y comportamientos. Más sin embargo, encontré esto en un canal de Estados Unidos, el cual lo grabaron, lo subieron a YouTube y ha estado rondando. Los dejo con el video.
Jessica Sporty launched an online search for love. But instead of love, she wound up with something much different. Free dinners, and lots of them.
You were able to save something like $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I'm sure you could really calculate that it was approximately that much money, but I never went into Match.com for money.
Now we're going to run a few tests. This is a simple lie detector. I'll ask you a few yes or no questions, and you just answer truthfully. Do you understand?
Yes.
She chose men with good jobs and never expected to split the bill, like this awkward first date scene in the movie Kissing Jessica Stein.
We split the salad, but I think, as I recall, you ate a little bit more. That leaves your portion at $42.73 and mine at $18.14. Beautiful.
How many times a week were you going out?
I would say an average of 4 to 5 times a week.
So you were hitting it pretty hard.
I was.
In less than a month and a half, she went on about 30 dates, and the savings started to add up.
New York is really expensive, and a lot of these experiences I wouldn't have been able to have if I hadn't, been on Match.com and gone through this. This was my own Sex in the City.
Oh my God! She hit all the New York hotspots. Dinner at Magoo. And the ever-popular La Esquina. And not to mention an occasional $200 bottle of champagne. Or sometimes even just a cheeseburger and milkshake. and it added up.
Did anyone ever ask you to split the bill on that first date?
No, nobody ever did. Had someone said it to me, I probably would have said, okay, no problem. In my head, I would have probably said, oh, that's not very traditional. And, I think that a man should really pay for the first date.
There were so many dates that Jessica says she used a spreadsheet system to keep track.
I really use these spreadsheets with my friends as a way for us to keep people straight.
About one guy, she notes, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be attracted. I'm going out with him anyways.
So it wasn't like so-and-so's name and then you cross over and it's like spaghetti and meatballs.
I'm sure a lot of people would have been very interested in seeing number signs next to everybody's. So-and-so took me to a $500 dinner and so-and-so took me to such and such place. But no, it really wasn't like that. It was just simply for me to keep everyone straight.
But when an article popped up about her online, accusing her of concocting a way to get strangers to cover her monthly food budget, people lashed out at her. Well, the men did anyway, calling her a gold digger, and what she did was obscene. This guy writes, some people are just spoiled and entitled.
People calling you callous and spoiled and in it for all the wrong reasons.
I'm a traditional girl. Shut the fuck up, you cunt! To me, I feel like part of dating is if a guy wants to take me out, what's wrong with him taking me out to a dinner and me expecting for the bill to be paid?
But many women tend to agree with Jessica, saying they would either split the meal or if he wants to pay, that's lovely. Jessica's now dating a guy she met 6 months ago, and no, she didn't meet him online. She says those days are over, but admits her appetite isn't going anywhere.
My boyfriend and I like to go out to nice dinners, and for the record, I do pay a lot.
Are you sure about that?
No, never the first date.
A traditional girl dating in a not-so-traditional world. For Good Morning America, Abby Boudreau, ABC News, Los Angeles.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Interesante video, ¿no? Ver cómo una mujer que realmente ve a los hombres como una herramienta, como una opción para ahorro, como una opción para conocer sitios y llenar su estómago, su barriga, realmente su ego, porque realmente una mujer que utiliza a los hombres y lo haga de una forma tan calculada, porque obviamente no está siendo totalmente sincera. Todos los datos que ella está dando es lo mínimo o la punta del iceberg. Obviamente un hombre gasta a veces mucho más dinero en una mujer, sea para salir a comer, a beber alcohol, a bailar. Más sin embargo, un hombre a veces tiende a salir no solo una vez, sino muchas más veces con una mujer. Es terrible. Más sin embargo, no es inexplicable. La hipergamia, el ego, una mente calculadora, una mente que ya sabe que utiliza a los hombres, algo que para ella es normal. Más sin embargo, no es algo que se pueda explicar al 100%, porque está en la naturaleza de la mujer sentirse victimizada, sentir que puede utilizar a todos los hombres, sentir que tiene mucho dinero ahorrado gracias a su mente, a su manipulación, ya que ningún hombre, esos 5 sentidos, va a desaprovechar a una mujer que le está ofreciendo todo. ¿Ven a lo que voy? O sea, ¿pero qué le está ofreciendo? No le está ofreciendo más que su vagina. Pero es que lo más triste de todo esto es que lo más probable es que ella nunca les debe dar su vagina, sino simplemente les debe dar un beso y hasta luego, que te vaya muy bien. Más sin embargo, el hombre hizo su mejor esfuerzo, la invitó, hablaron, la pasaron muy bien, pero muchas gracias, hasta luego, que te vaya muy bien. ¿Ven a lo que voy? O sea, realmente ahí hay una trampa. El hombre debe liberarse. Si no se liberan, van a seguir siendo esclavos. Si te gustó este video, por favor, regálame una manito arriba, regálame un comentario. Si quieres que se siga subiendo material así, por favor, suscríbete, activa la campana de notificaciones, así cada vez que se suba un video, te llegará una notificación. Comparte tus experiencias. Te mando un abrazo. Hasta luego.